Hey guys, I just want to switch it up today. I don't want to do another news video. I'd rather do something different. So I'm going to talk about money in this video. Finances, investing, and what are the best investments going around right now. So I'm going to pull up a website here and just have a look at what the web recommends are the best ways to invest your money. Okay, so we've got some generic responses here, like high interest savings account, which can be good, but it's more for if you've got like a lot of money, let's like say over $1 million. Because if you get like a high interest loan of like 5 to 10%, that's still like 50 to 100 grand per year if you have like $1 million in there. You've got bonds there, mutual funds, ETFs, stocks, which is, very popular. Everyone's into the stock market nowadays in 2025. Bond funds, money market accounts, property, another very popular one, CDs. Let's click on one of these and see what happens. So we'll click on ETFs. So ETFs, exchange traded funds, or ETFs, are similar to mutual funds in that they hold a basket of securities, but they trade throughout the day the same. Bitcoin ETFs. Bitcoin ETFs, the world's largest cryptocurrency, make it easy to purchase on the stock exchange. So yeah, essentially it's just a stock. Okay, now let's click bonds. Bonds are fixed income securities, offer stability and income potential due to their fixed cash flows for investors, such as fixed rates, interest, or dividends. And you got corporate bonds, which operate the same way as government bonds, only you're making a loan to a company, not a government. These loans are not ... bonds. Okay, just kind of understand that. Mutual funds. A mutual fund pools cash from investors to buy stocks, bonds, or other assets. Mutual funds offer investors an inexpensive way to diversify mutual funds. So this one here, mutual funds, is like we got a bunch of different stocks, all in the sort of same category. Now, if you're still a bit confused about what's going on with all this stuff, don't worry, because it is very confusing. There are lots of different stocks out there. If you've gotten to this point in the video and you're a bit confused, don't worry. It is a very confusing topic because there's so many different investments, especially like out there on the web and electronically. So let's take a look at some alternative investments. Here we go. Private equity, hedge funds, venture capital, collectibles, which is something I advocate for strongly. I've been getting huge returns with collectibles. Cryptocurrencies, precious metals, crowdfunding. Precious metals is a very popular one amongst people around my age and older. So here we go. I like to be in physical investments because all the other stuff, it can really be up and down. It's all numbers on a screen. So for me, I like to have it in my hand. So we got real estate, fine art, vintage cards, and most notably physical gold and silver. These differ from financial instruments like shares and EFTs in that they are not simply representations of value, they are value. Physical investments serve multiple purposes. So here I've just typed in best performing investments 2024, and one of the top results was financial technology, also known as fintech. Today, the Indian fintech industry is estimated to be around $110 billion in 2024, and it is projected to reach about $420 billion by 2029, which signifies that it is the best sectors to invest in. What I've noticed is when you type in something, a lot of the time this takes you to like large companies and companies that have paid for advertising on Google. Okay, my thoughts are when Googling all these things is that there are a lot of them. There are a lot of different terms that are hard to understand if you're just getting into investing and putting your money somewhere. So I'll continue to advocate for things that you can invest in physically, like real estate, collectibles, art, precious metals like gold and silver. Maybe try to get into the stock market a little bit. It might be your first step into some of this more complicated stuff, and then obviously just go with a safe investment like Apple, Tesla, Bitcoin, something like this. They're pretty good ones to start off with. Microsoft, sort of tech companies are a good way to put your money into, especially if you've got like over 100k. If you've got like under 100k, you probably want to take more of a risk. You want your money to grow quicker. The best thing for me was to get into collectibles, but you have to sort of have a knowledge already in the area that you want to go into. For me, it was Pokemon, so I already know a lot about Pokemon. So I've just studied the ins and outs over the past 10 years. The best thing about collectibles is you could buy a $10 card, and then in a few years that can go to $50. The entry point is very low. So yeah, definitely my advice is find an area or a niche that you're comfortable operating in, that you have like a natural knowledge of the product. Let's just say it's art, and you've spent a lot of time around artists or doing art as a kid, and you were obsessed with certain painters or a certain style of art, and you've collected that, or in the past, or you've come across some of the prices now. And yeah, I just recommend getting into an area and just start off with something small. Maybe buy like a $50 painting or a $100 painting, or if you're into cars, maybe you want to get a car, and you can look into that, maybe buying it at a certain point where you think it's going to go up. Obviously new cars don't straight off the showroom floor, but if you buy like an old used car, and you can get it for a good deal, or if you're into sport like basketball, soccer, get an autographed card of one of the players that you like. You don't have to spend too much, just spend like 100, 150, get something graded. But yeah, just start to take like small risks. You can always start in the smaller part of the market. You just buy something and then wait a few years, and if that item's done well, you will start to get a knowledge of what products are selling and what is not selling, and what is going up and what is not. Like, you start just getting comfortable in an area. But yeah, I think you should go with your heart as far as the area that you want to go into, and then use your head to make the smart decisions in the areas that you've got your heart in. That would be my best advice there. So the point of this video is just to give you guys a few more options there. If you feel like you're stuck or your money isn't growing and you feel like you will never outgrow inflation, there are definitely investments that can help you outrun inflation and have that money working for you while you sleep. And that was the whole point. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'd love it if you could give me a like, a comment would be great, and tell me what you think the best investment is going on right now. And if you've had any success with any of this stuff, let us know in the comment section. But yeah, please like the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. God bless and peace.